Hey Pathfinder fans, it's Bullshit here. I got a request from Built 568 for a min-max archer build that doesn't use pets, so that's what we're going to do right now. Now I'm going to start off this build as a human, and we'll talk about why in just a second here. So we're going to go human, and my first level is going to be in fighter. I know a lot of people like to build their archers with rangers, and rangers can be very strong. But I don't like having to rely on the short buffs like Sense Vitals and Instant Enemy to really maximize a ranger's damage output. A fighter is just constant damage, and there's going to be a lot of static bonuses to bows that we're going to take advantage of. Alright, so our first level is going to be in fighter. Our stat spread is going to be 16 in strength, 17 in dex with a +2 from our human bonus. And we're going to go ahead and dump Charisma down to 8, and we're going to take 12 Constitution, 12 Intelligence. Your skill points can go in whatever. I always have my characters, just about everybody in the party, with Perception, I guess Persuasion, whatever you want at this point. So now an archer is a pretty, your main ability, ability is going to be Dexterity, so we want to pump that up, and really you don't require much else. So that's why I'm going human. We don't need any double bonuses. We can just take that dexterity bonus. Strength is nice because we're going to be using composite longbows, which will add our strength modifier to damage. So having this 16 strength really helps. Alright, here we go. Now this is the reason why we went human in the first place. This build is going to start off strong, and it's just going to get better as it goes. And by mid-game, it's going to be super strong because of the items you pick up. So our first three feats are going to be point blank shot, precise shot, and I'm going to take rapid shot. Now right off the bat, these are your bread and butter archery feats. You get +1 attack and damage up to 30 feet. You get to negate that -4 penalty for attacking into melee, and you get an extra attack. So right at level 1, you're a potent archer right off the bat. Take whatever we want here. And alignment doesn't matter. We're not going to be doing any monk or paladin dips or anything like that, so you can do whatever alignment you want. Alright, so that's our first level. Now, this is a min-max build, so our next level is going to be Vivisectionist. Alright, and that's going to give us a 10-minute mutagen, which is going to give us 4 dexterity, which is going to be really nice to get our plus to hit. Skill points can go wherever you want. And I'm going to take Expeditious Retreat is probably the spell I'm going to memorize most often, maybe Enlarged Person, maybe Shield, but I like that fast move speed. Alright, our next levels are just going to go straight into Fighter, and you're going to see pretty quickly how the Fighter gives a lot of bonuses to a specific weapon style. Alright, so we'll take Accomplished Sneak Attacker at level 3, and also Weapon Focus Longbow. Okay, and that's another thing I really like about the fighter, especially when you take a 1-level Vivisectionist dip. Every 2 levels, you get 2 feats at once, and it's just kind of nice to have that huge power increase when you get those feats. It's kind of fun. It's very noticeable. And we're going to take longbow. Okay, so archers definitely want to get longbow. The best bows in the game are longbows. You don't want to be picking shortbow or crossbow. So we went with Accomplished Sneak Attacker to get an extra sneak attack die. That gives us 2 now, and then also Weapon Focus for the bonus +1 to hit. Next level in Fighter doesn't give us much. We do get a point in Dexterity. All your upgrades are going to go into Dexterity. Next level is into Fighter. This is our 4th level in Fighter. Skill points wherever. And here's where we're going to take Weapon Specialization, Longbow, and also Point Blank Master. Now this is really nice. At level 5 already we've got +2 extra damage from the Weapon Specialization, and then that was a prereq for the Point Blank Master, which allows us to attack in melee without provoking attacks of opportunity. So now if there's a melee person attacking your archer in his face, he's not going to take any attacks of opportunity because he's got this feat here. It's very helpful. Okay, next level is in Fighter. We're actually going to be taking Fighter all the way up to level 13. Okay, and of course our weapon training is going to go to bows. This is very strong. It's +1 to attack and damage. And also at about this time in the game, maybe level 6 or 7, you're going to start seeing gloves of dueling or gloves of lesser dueling, which actually increase this bonus by +1 or +2 depending on the gloves you get. I think they're in the, well, I won't give spoilers, but you can find out online if you want to Google where they are. But that makes this weapon training very nice. +2 to attack and damage bonus is huge. Okay, next level 6 in fighter. Dump your skill points wherever. Did I miss something? I could have sworn. Oh, okay, alright, so here we go. We got more choices here. Now I'm going to take, I believe the best choice here is going to be mini shot. That's going to give us 2 arrows on our first attack of the round. So that's a big damage increase. And then we are also going to take, I believe at this point I would take deadly aim. It's either deadly aim or clustered shots. I'm not entirely sure which one. I think there's a helmet you can pick up where if you're using this feat, you get an extra +2 to hit, so it cancels out the penalty. Deadly aim, of course, works like this. You take a -1 penalty to your attack rolls, but you gain a +2 bonus on attack damage, range damage. So there's actually a hat you can pick up, and it's just some random map. I think it's available at about level 7 that will negate that penalty. So that becomes a really nice feat to take. Alright, more levels in fighter. This is level 8. We're going to put another point in dexterity. Drop your skill points wherever. I always like to focus my skill points so that I have each one of my characters do something well. Okay, more skill points, and let's see what we have here. Now we've got, this is our level 8 in fighter, and it just happens that the way this works out is you're level 8, you get greater weapon focus, so we're going to take that. And we're also going to take, I think I'm going to take improved criticals there, but I'm actually going to take clustered shots at this point. I think there's going to be some enemies that have damage reduction, and what this allows you to do is all of your attacks in a round, and at this point we'll have 3 attacks per round. 2 from our attack bonus and 1 from rapid shot. So all of those damages will be totaled up before they apply the opponent's damage reduction. This is pretty nice. I also have another reason for holding off on improved critical, which you'll see in a couple of levels. Okay, level 9 fighter, now we get some more weapon training. +1 to attack and damage is always very strong. This first one that you're going to choose, it can be whatever. You're not going to be using anything but bows, but just make sure that the second one you choose is bows. And this is going to double up on your weapon training. So we're now at +2 to attack and damage. Okay, next level is level 10 in fighter. And this is kind of why I held off on getting improved critical, because I'm actually going to grab improved critical with my first talent for the longbow. And then also critical focus. So I think, well, obviously these two feats really synergize well. This doubles the threat range of your weapon, and this one makes your threat confirmations more likely to succeed. And this will be a very noticeable jump in power at this level, and you'll notice yourself doing a lot more damage. Unfortunately, longbows only have, most longbows only crit on a 20, so improved critical only takes you to a 19-20 threat range. It's not amazing, but it is a noticeable damage increase. Alright, next up we've got level 11 in fighter. We're going to get another point in dexterity, taking us to +6 to hit with our bow. Drop our skill points. Next level is 12 in fighter. And we are going to take greater weapon specialization for the longbow. That's another +2 to damage. And I believe we have improved precise shot. Now this is going to allow us to ignore spells like blur. So anything that's not total concealment, which I think is going to be a lot of like your primal spiders, you know, those things that are kind of fuzzy looking. They have an innate 20% miss chance, and you're not going to miss them anymore with this. So that's very helpful. Okay, our last level in fighter, and we just want to get one more point in our weapon training here. So we'll drop our skill points. You can pick whatever you want for this first one, and then make sure that your second one is bows again. And now we've got 3 points of weapon training. That's +3 to attack and damage with bows. And also if you've got the gloves of dueling, which at this point you definitely should have, that'll be a +5 attack and damage with bows. So just to sum up what we got from fighter, we got weapon focus, that's +1 to hit. Greater weapon focus, that's another +1 to hit, that was somewhere in here. We got weapon specialization, that's +2 damage. Greater weapon specialization, that's +2 damage. Point blank master, there's all kinds of great feats for boosting your archery damage, your bow damage in the fighter class. But at this point, that's about all we're going to milk the fighter for, and we're just going to dump the rest of our levels into Vivisectionist. And you can't go wrong with Vivisectionist. It's going to give us sneak attack dice, it's going to give us a little bit of spells, and it's a very strong class. Let's see here. We are going to take, where to go? Penetrating Strike. Now, we got 12 levels in fighters, so you might as well take Penetrating Strike, which will cause your weapons to ignore 5 points of damage reduction. And at this point in the game, just about every, and especially if you play with higher difficulty, everything is going to have damage reduction. So this is a huge increase. You might as well just call this +5 to damage for your bow. At this point, I think that I would probably take, now at this point we've pretty much run out of good feats for archery. I'm not going to invest in the critical stuff because bows have such a low crit chance, and also we don't go high enough in the fighter to get critical mastery. So I'm not going to really invest in those on crit status afflictions. So I think I'll probably take Blind Fight at this point, because we might be seeing some Wild Hunt at level 15 or 16 or so, and you don't want to get paralyzed by their gaze. Spells, whatever you want. Alchemist can also learn spells from scrolls, I believe, so it really doesn't matter what you choose there. Our next level, this is level 16, this is going to be Vivisectionist, and that's going to give us another sneak attack die, which is very helpful, another point in Dexterity, and a bunch of skill points. Okay, our next level is Alchemist. Oh, one more. And here, I believe I took Improved Initiative just to try and get those arrows off faster. And let's see what else. At this point, you know, I would actually probably, let me go back here. I'd probably start investing our saving throws. So I'd get some Iron Will, because our Wisdom was pretty low. And then maybe for the combat trick, I might be able to get Improved Initiative. I can. There we go. That's the way to do it. And now we get second level spells. I'll probably take Blur here. But hopefully in your party at this point you'll have somebody who can buff you with better and longer duration arcane spells. For this build, the Alchemist, the Vivisectionist, doesn't really supply that many buffs. Grab a Bark Skin, I guess. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. This maybe See Invisibility could come in handy. Level 19, our last level to get feats, and it's going to be Vivisectionist. We are going to take, what did I take here? At this point, it's really up to you. A good one would be Improved Iron Will to get that extra bonus to saving throws. And let's see, I like to scout with my stealth characters, maybe fast stealth. If you want to go full on, you can grab Blinding Critical is a really good one. Even though I said that I wasn't going to do crit stuff, it's not bad. So, where'd it go? Is it there? Yeah, okay. Spells or whatever. And then our last level, level 7, Vivisectionist gives us another die of sneak attack. So we should be up to 5 dice of sneak attack dice with the accomplished sneak attacker. And this will also give us 3rd level spells. So haste is always good. You'll probably have somebody hasting you for a longer duration, so maybe you want to do displacement. There's not really anything that jumps out like usually your Alchemist buffs, you want to get the ones that are self-only, so because you know, your other characters can't apply them to you, so maybe Thorn Body, but it doesn't really benefit an archer that much. So I'm thinking I'm going to take displacement. Alright, that's it. That is the build, and let's go ahead and take a look at it in action. Alright, so here we go. Let's check out this character in action here. I should point out that this guy is fully geared out with all the best stuff from artisans and gear throughout the game. This is very end of the game. Leveled up to level 20. We're about to face some Wild Hunt. A couple of things I should note about gear for this character. First of all, this archer builds just start out really strong. There's a longbow in the beginning of the game that's very strong, and then one that's in the second chapter, first or second chapter, depending if you count the prologue as a chapter, that is just super strong. And you're going to destroy things once you get it. But you're not going to pick up another bow for quite a while. So it's alright. You know, the middle of the game is sorely lacking in longbow variety. So it isn't until the end of the game that you get bows like this, these +5s here. Alright, so I've got all the good gear. Let's see how it goes in action. I have my Wyvern out here. I was thinking about putting him in there so I could get sneak attacks, but I think I'm just going to take my tank and bring my archer in. Now this is all Wild Hunt from the Bald Hilltop here, so let's see how we do. I'm just going to make this guy go over here and not attack. Alright, so there we go. Right off the bat you can see that's 2 arrows with 1 shot, and he's did 242 damage. Crit on 1. Longbows don't crit all the time, but when they do, you get to see some big numbers. One thing I'll point out with archers is that even though they do a lot of damage and they're very effective, they're not really engaging. You basically just point them at stuff and they shoot until things die, which is fine. But you know, it's pretty much point, click, kill, repeat. Got another 180 crit there. 193 crit. Getting a lot of crits here. I am going to attack this guy. And you can see I haven't missed yet. Have not missed yet. So there goes the boss. That was a 180 crit. I think some of these guys would normally have 20% miss chance, but we've got that improved precise shot, so our attacks are just constantly hitting. And you can see, I don't think I turned up the difficulty on this. I think my difficulty is just on normal. It's like a slightly stronger version of normal. Maybe it's like challenging, but with a couple of things turned down. Let's take a look at some of these attacks, what AC we're attacking. So that was my second attack, and it was at +41 against a 36 AC. So there's like, I only miss on a 1 there. So this is a very accurate build, does a lot of damage. I even threw on legendary proportions for the bonus damage because I have such a high chance to hit. There goes another crit. And, you know, he's cleaning up. So like I said, the archer does a lot of damage. Not the most engaging thing, because you kind of just point and click and they die. Also, this guy's fully buffed, but you know, still very effective build. And if you like the role play of just like a full-on archer character, I think this is a build you might want to try out. All right, so that's the video. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. And if anybody watches and you want me to make a video, just leave if you want me to try out a build. Leave it in a comment, and when I get around to it, I'll definitely do it. All right.